Shoots. Saved by Drigger. Score! Malone on the rebound!
There's definitely no taking the foot off the gas for us. We'll be expecting the best in Game 3.
I have complete and utter confidence that they can close the series out. Do you want to be just like every other team and win one and be done? Or do you want to become special?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the championship edition of We the Thunder. I am your standing host for tonight, Thomas Cooley, with me live via remote. Hold up, and soon to join us on the scene of the madness itself. Who was there in person for Game 7? Ladies and gentlemen, your Finals! Can you imagine this? A 1-0 victory, Thomas Cooley. First time in NHL history that a Game 7 conference final ended 1-0 with a shorthanded goal. Just another crazy record set by your Tampa Bay Lightning. Thomas Cooley, how are you feeling up there in the Panhandle, my friend?
Feel like I need some kind of defibrillator. This was I know I've been posting it on social media. I think Kathy, I'm actually going to stop by there tomorrow and grab one. Sorry, she's asking if I want a shirt. I am stopping by tomorrow and grabbing one on my way home. I ordered so much food in here. You would think I was having a watch party in my hotel room, but it's been nervous eating since about the middle of the first period. So I have so much food in here.
Andiamo! Let's go! Andiamo! That's right. I love it. Our friends watch from Italy. Shooter has joined the broadcast. He is there at the live on the scene of the 1-0 victory right there, downtown Tampa. What's up, Shooter?
Yeah, it's a little rowdy down here right now.
Really, it was so quiet. I couldn't tell. It was such a quiet building. It was so much more quiet. It was so much more quiet than Nassau Coliseum. You know, our fans, they don't know how to be loud down there. Of course, I'm kidding, man. It was insane. It was electric in my house all the way up here in Pasco County. You guys were representing in the barn. It was fantastic to watch. I never felt like the Lightning were out of control that whole game. I felt like once again, it might as well have been an 8-0 game. That's how dominant, in spite of the broadcast, the Lightning were in this game. That's how I felt. I don't know. How do you guys feel?
I'll go. I felt like the Lightning dominated pretty much the entire game until the end, where we continued to go back into like turtle mode to play defense. But other than that, we dominated pretty much the whole game. Is that what it looked like on TV?
I mean, that's what it looked like here from the Stash House here. What about up in the Panhandle, School? What did you see?
Yeah, I mean, they kept their shots total low. We've talked about how they keep them away from the net. There was no real good shots on Vasi. Vasi again with another series-ending shutout. His third in this, and then his fourth straight one. It's definitely. We talked about he was going to be on his game. They haven't lost 2 in a row. but you would have never thought the shorty was going to come from Gordy. As the hashtag is today, make sure if you want to.
I would say we got to keep it simple here. So I would just say hashtag shorty should probably just be the hashtag to win a shirt here by SMACK Apparel. We were talking about doing it shorty by Gordy, but I don't want to have to tell everybody how to spell it every single time. You know what I mean? You can do a Y-I-E, English language, crazy. So hashtag shorty with a Y. That's going to be the drawing for the T-shirt tonight. Hashtag shorty. Because that's what it took to get the deed done tonight. Again, great defense overall by the Lightning. It was huge. We haven't even talked about the fact that Kucherov played every shift, right? Was out there the whole game and kept all four lines intact, which I thought was huge because our fourth line was the third star, according to the national broadcast. And that was one of the best lines all night. What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Shooty.
Which line?
That fourth line.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think we rolled all four lines pretty well. I mean, I'd say the third was probably a little bit lower on my list tonight again, but yeah, I mean, all the lines looked pretty good tonight. Like I said, they seemed to dominate the first period, the second period, a lot of the third period. And they came to play. They came to win the game, and that's what they needed to do tonight to put the Islanders away. And history repeats itself as the Bolts go to the Cup Finals and take out the Islanders again.
Once again.
Yeah, I thought Yanni probably played his best game in this series. He's shown a little bit of growth each game during this series, but I thought this series, this game, he really took over. I think it was the Coleman line before this series, and then I think he laid behind Coleman, and then saw the crappy games that we mentioned the last couple games from Pickle.
Not a good game from Coleman again tonight, actually.
Yeah, no, actually,
there's one thing to talk about tonight. It's definitely Blake Coleman, I would have to say. And so late in the game, Shooter was talking about how the Islanders started getting some momentum in the third, and finally that third line of the Lightning finally stepped up and got some possession in their offensive zone.
I actually
3 or 4 minutes was shut down. Yeah.
I decided not to listen to the TV broadcast after the second, was listening to Phil and Dave, and all they kept talking about was Gaudreau and Yanni, Gaudreau and Yanni, Gaudreau and Yanni. They were not giving really any props to Coleman. It was Gaudreau and Yanni. And I agree. And I think Yanni took over that line and made it his line, as it should have been, because he has been the Bolt this whole time. And he stepped up. I mean, that pass from Cirelli, from McDonough to set it up. Yeah. Then Killorn to Cirelli to Yanni. That was just a perfect plan, perfect play. And then this right here, not that one, Ross. No. That check from Ross against Clutterbuck. Yes. I thought that's the tone right there.
Yeah, it really did. You're not wrong, because the Lightning were definitely maybe like out hustling early on, but that, because they were head hunting, you could see it. They were out there trying to make the hits, and once again, we'll get to this maybe a little bit later, but like a lot of the fans thought they were talking about, we need to retaliate, we need to be physical, we need to drop the gloves, we need to punch in the face, blah blah blah. No, man, we need to go out and play Lightning hockey, because Lightning hit a lot. But they don't hit the way other teams hit. You saw the Islanders going out there trying to hit for effect. The Lightning go out there and hit to make a play, to make sure that someone else can make a play behind them. And I thought that was the difference in the game all game long.
I was going to say, I was expecting the Lightning, or wanting the Lightning to come out a lot more physical, and I thought they did in the first period. I thought throughout the game they got back to, just playing more Lightning hockey. But I thought in the first period, it seemed like they came out and they did lay out some big hits, and I thought they needed to do that. I thought we bullied them in Game 5, they bullied us in Game 6. So I thought we needed to come out and be physical because we've got the skill and we've got the physicality, and we needed to show that tonight. And we did, and we can win these tight games 1-0 like we did tonight. It was not the most fun game to watch, but hey, it doesn't matter. You win a game 1-0 with a shorthanded goal, which, by the way, what do they call it? Cross-checking? They call it cross-checking?
Listen, what about karma?
That penalty?
Karma, right? They actually call a cross-checking penalty against us, and it was basically something that they could have called 3 times in the last few games on either team, and they didn't, let alone the missed calls on us. But both teams have made that same hit in the last 3 games, and none of those calls have been made. Tonight, the one penalty that gets called is cross-checking on us, and it results in the game-winning shorthanded goal. I mean, if that's not karma against the referees, if that doesn't tell our fan base to just let it go, be like freaking Elsa and let it go, and don't worry about the officiating, don't worry about all the bullshit cheap shots from the other teams, because guess what? Cooch played Cernak back after, again, what I thought we didn't talk about a lot on the show, but again, what I thought was probably a more aggressive hit that needed to be had, that put him on the sideline early in this series. Probably a cheap shot, actually, if you ask me, a little bit of a dirty hit. So to have the entire roster back, whether they're 100% or not, at least 80% or plus for the entire roster to be intact, I thought that was really the biggest difference. You and I were going back and forth about Cooch and Cernak and who is more important. Honestly, I think equal. Tonight, I think the game showed equal because Cooch played every shift and Cernak allowed Nick Dunner to be his best self.
Yeah. Did you guys notice that it seemed like they did kind of like go back and forth with those first 2 lines. Like they were switching it up.
And Kucherov kept switching.
Yeah.
Was that what it was? Yeah, I noticed a couple times just those 2 lines kind of switched it up a little bit, which I guess was to just get the offense going a little bit. And to answer the question from James, how nervous was the arena in the last 5 minutes? I didn't really feel like it was like a nervous energy. I think everyone was really kind of pumped. I was a little upset because I was thinking, here we go again, because all they were doing was dumping the puck, not really playing offensively. So I was getting really nervous, but the people around me were not. It was like the countdown is on. We're this close. And there it is on the screen. Bolts versus Canadians. We're going to get our chance at beating the Montreal Canadiens for the Stanley Cup. And I don't think anyone saw that coming up anytime this century. But we'll get the chance.
And home ice advantage. And they were the last team to get in the playoffs. So,
yeah, but that doesn't mean shit because Montreal is the fucking real deal right now. Like, you know how the Bucks got to the playoffs on a winning streak and then didn't lose a game? That's Montreal right now.
Yeah. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Well, it's not Tom Brady. It's not Tom Brady.
It's not the most talented offense in the league that was just missing a quarterback. It's not one of the best defenses in the league with amazing draft picks that came out and played the. It's not the same. I understand what you're saying. And if we want to get into a preview of the next series, I mean, we could get into that. But I'm just trying to revel right now because you were saying how nervous. I thought you were nervous, but as soon as I said that these guys were just trying to go and score the goal whenever they had the offensive opportunity, because you were saying you were nervous, they can't do it, and I agree. We can't keep letting them have rush after rush. Every time they scored a goal on us and they won games against us in the series, it was when we had leads or we had momentum, and then we sat back and we just let them keep coming rush after rush. And as soon as we started talking about that, boom, that third line that maybe wasn't the best all game, they came and they established some offensive zone presence, and then that fourth line came in right after that on the next shift to shut them down. And then they pulled the goalie, and as soon as they pulled the goalie, they didn't really have an opportunity after that. The Lightning played incredible hockey that last 5 minutes. There was definitely, from like 8 minutes to 5 minutes left of that third period where they were sitting back and they were playing safe. And what did I tell you? I said, hey, you're there. You need to start the hashtag safest death chant. Didn't I say that? And as soon as I said start the safest death chant, they started playing less safe hockey. They started getting more aggressive, and they set it up in the Islanders zone, and after that, it was basically done. It was Lightning hockey clinic all night long.
Well, that's true.
Clinic all night long.
That's a good point. In the last 2 minutes, they didn't get the empty netter, but they had some great play in the Islanders
zone. They didn't
zone.
get the icing either.
Yeah,
and what's better,
But I don't know. Like I think the Canadians are going to be tough, but I also feel like we play well against Carey Price a lot.
Yeah.
It's a different Canadians team this year. Guess what? We have
Corey
to deal
Perry.
with fucking Perry again in the finals.
Perfect.
And he was like the worst one last year. I felt like.
Right, the anti-maroon. They have the anti-maroon. We have maroon. That's all. It's done. I mean, listen, I'm not going to be that guy that's going to jinx the team. But I'm telling you right now.
It seems like
Judy, do you have something to do the toast with, by the way? People in the chat are asking, are we doing the toast?
Oh,
I've got tequila for the toast. Do you have anything?
No,
Shooter, are you a celebrity downtown? I hear all the honking and everything.
They're just celebrating, not me.
This isn't a hockey town or anything. Nobody cares about hockey down here.
Yeah.
And hey, what a Bush League call, by the way, by the national broadcast. They didn't say really anything about the cans for the Islanders, but then whenever the Lightning fans started throwing the noisemakers on in response, which I don't necessarily like, I don't condone it, but did they say, "Oh, this is in response to the Islanders fans throwing in"? No.
Oh yeah, and it was
another dangerous situation. They couldn't even there's no love at all for the Lightning in this entire fucking. I can't. Hey, whatever. That's all right. That's all right. We won. We fucking won. And we're doing it again. We're going back to the final dance. We're doing it again, everybody. I mean, man.
We can't hear you, Shooter. Whatever you're saying, you're on.
No, you muted yourself, bro.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a drink. I got to get to the bar here at Yalman's. And...
Only 17 minutes said, pull a, do you know me card? Do you know who I am?
Right.
I'm freaking Shooter, baby. I'm live. I got the tie-dye hat. Yeah, bro, tie-dye hat. Use a tie-dye hat. Get a free shot or something.
So real quick.
If it was me, I'd be using my freaking primal roar and just be getting free shots from everybody.
Well, if it was you're 7 feet tall. Nobody would miss you. You could tower over everybody.
Also true.
The other thing is, there you go. Wait, here's a solution for you, Shooter. Just grab a Brando beer and chug it.
Again, something that only I would do. That's a stash move. Again. That's not a Shooter's move. That's a stash move. But thanks, Kevin. I love your energy.
So,
man, here we are, man.
They had a watch party for Game 5 in the Coliseum. Well, because we beat them 8-0, the city council actually voted to forbid it for tonight's game.
Are you serious?
In any future games, if they were to move on, they were not allowed to have watch parties in the barn.
What?
Yeah, because the superstition.
Oh my god, that is amazing. No, that's amazing. We shut down the barn
from having a watch party
on the barn before we even shut down the barn. Before even that's some Inception shit. They won the last game. But we won the war before the last battle was even fought.
Yeah, Roger and JP, who are on 102.5 The Bone, and Roger's actually the in-ring announcer for the New York Islanders. They had announced it today that the city had voted to ban a watch party. Shooter, you're unmuted again if you're trying to talk to us.
We have a watch party outside of our live party. See, he got there. I knew it. I don't know if that counts as a beer, but it's close enough.
I got one. I just said, give me any beer that you can give me.
Nice.
Pay for it?
No, of course he didn't.
They just gave it to me.
He didn't pay for his ticket into the barn. He didn't pay for his beer, but that's okay. That's what he deserves for running the show, man. That's what Shooter deserves.
Yeah, by the way,
part of this Game 7.
I can't find they're here, but I wouldn't have gone to the game tonight if it wasn't for Sticks and Fire. So shout out to Sticks and Fire.
I saw you standing there with Joyce. Joyce said hi to the camera.
Yeah. They were so loud all game in 307 and the whole arena was. So kudos to anyone that went to the game. It was the loudest game I've ever been to. And I was reminiscing the entire time. I went to Game 7 in 2004 when we beat the Flyers with Stash, and I was getting flashbacks. I was up in 307. I don't think Stash. We were on the other side of the arena.
Yeah,
but it was bringing back those flashbacks of Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Final in 2004. So you know me, I get a little nostalgic. So I was loving every second of it.
Well, hey, Tony, he does have to drive home. So it's okay. Maybe he got the most watered down beer that they offer. That's just looking out for our shooter, right?
Yeah, I'm not trying to drink a bunch of beer on cam and drive home. So one for me.
Not like other people on the show.
I will do the hosting. Yeah, it is a Coors Light.
Yeah,
so
it's water.
Whatever.
Cool. Hey, I can't say much because I'm drinking Schafferhofer, which I wish I had this as my sponsor. It's not. It's just me having a shameless plug for one of the most delicious beers or alcoholic beverages I guess you'll ever have, which is a grapefruit Hefeweizen. If you guys don't know about this, it's grapefruit juice and a Hefeweizen beer in one can together. It's basically the most ultimate summer drink. Screw all that truly shit. This is what's up. But by the way, I also have tequila as a game changer for me for the shot, for the celebratory shot, which we're only 20 minutes into the show, folks. I mean, it seems like that game took forever and the show is already like almost over. But man, we are just getting started with the celebration. Am I right? Are we going to bed right now, or what are we doing? I'm ready to go. I don't know about you guys.
It's funny you said that because I had to screenshot this comment that someone wrote in Thunderbolts. It's from Rocky Sharwell. He put, "I thought my treadmill clock was slow, but the game clock is worse." And I read that and I went, "That's true. When you're on a treadmill, that clock seems to like take 10 minutes for a 2-minute run." And then I was like, "That's just like the game."
Listen, I don't know about you guys, but just to me, it had a completely different feel tonight versus like even that 8-0, like even that shutout, huge blowout. It just had a different feel tonight. Like this was real full-on clinical Lightning hockey. Bounces didn't matter. Their will and their effort outmatched the bounces, right? We talk about that. Oh, this team got the bounces. That team got the bounces. That's a big thing actually to talk about in hockey in general, right? Oh, you got the bounce, puck luck, whatever. Tonight, the Lightning skill, the will, and the stick-to-itiveness of the system and believing in the process, which Coop talks about relentlessly, believing in the process, that's what won this game tonight. And yeah, they only got one goal, but they easily could have had 3 or 4 tonight. And I think it would have been lucky if the Islanders scored 1 goal tonight, honestly.
Varlamov stood on his head. Kudos to Varlamov.
For sure. Like I think it was actually a little bit of a slap in the face to give that third star of the broadcast, the third star of the fourth line, and not to Varlamov in a 1-0 game. Whenever he stopped, like what the Lightning had 30 some odd shots, and it was only 1 goal, right?
Yeah, and how many were in that first period? I was getting nervous after the first period when we didn't score because we really, really dominated the first period. And
seemed like Game 5
you
again.
know how it happens. Like that
Game
shifts
5.
the momentum, and New York's going to come out, and New York scores these sneaky little turnover goals.
But again, was no turnovers though tonight. The Lightning were no turnovers. That was the difference.
That's what I was going to say. Again, like we talk about it all the time, the Lightning are the team that they beat themselves. When they lose, they beat themselves. And tonight, they had a couple turnovers, but Bassey bailed them out, and we got that shutdown Bassey tonight. And it helps when the Islanders only have 10, 11 shots in the first 2 periods. So it's almost like he really had to kind of just get through that third period, but they did it.
Remember when we used to talk about how we owned Detroit in the Red Wings because they couldn't beat us in the regular season? Look at our old buddy James coming through with a playoff record with the Islanders and Lightning. And who really owns this matchup?
Well, and I think the upcoming matchup too. I think we own Montreal. I'm almost positive face-to-face in the playoffs. We have knocked Montreal out almost every time.
No, they swept us one year.
Yes.
1 year, but I
Actually,
said almost every time.
the only other year that the Lightning have been swept was by Montreal. It was Columbus one year and Montreal another. But again, different team, different coach. And Carey Price is really good. And once again, I said this before. It's to me no coincidence that the two teams in this entire playoff series that have had only one guy between the pipes for every single second are the two teams that are fighting it out for the chalice, right? I feel like that's no coincidence. But I also feel like there's a relentlessness to the way the Lightning played their best hockey, whereas desperation only gets you so far because you need extra energy to play desperate hockey, right? You just need your own will to play relentless hockey. And that's when the Lightning are fully clicking and they have 4 lines and this is a healthy roster and they're all 80% or better, like at least 80%, like playoff healthy, right? Like we saw tonight, at least everyone was there. Maybe Kuch was probably only 80%. Maybe Cerny wasn't even 100%, but everyone was on that roster. You know,
I felt like I noticed Chernak right away in the game. I noticed him in the first period, and he like, you know, defensive end, you don't always like notice they're playing because unless they mess up, right? But I noticed Chernak was playing all game, so I thought it was great to have him back, no matter what.
And it made McDonough better. He is. And it makes McDonough better whenever, because that's that really is our top defensive pairing, and we talked about it previously on the show that is our best blue line pair. And when they're playing their best hockey, that's when this team is at their best. And you saw Chernak doing his thing offensively, getting into plays, blocking shots. You saw McDonough doing the same thing, especially blocking shots. And then making the breakout play that led to that shorthanded goal from Gord, even though he didn't get on the score sheet for it.
Yeah, I actually thought Stamkos had probably the worst game of anyone tonight. I don't know if that came through on TV, but I swear I saw him like, you know, just missing pucks, and he just didn't have a good game. So it'd be nice to see him bounce back for the Cup Finals. It's also nice to see him out there. I saw a nice little moment where Maroon kind of skated up to him after the game and must have said like, "Hey, you're out here for this one."
Right.
So.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about Stamkos one bit.
And you know what? That again, you know, they were talking about throwing the noisemakers and everything on the ice, but
I don't know what that was about.
I guess that
was probably a chain reaction. That was a chain reaction. At least it wasn't beer bottles.
Right.
I guess. Right. I think it was kind of funny because I don't know if you saw it on TV, but a lot of them just got like stuck. Anyone that hit the net with their plus, like, I didn't even see them give those out tonight. I got the Thunder Sticks. Yeah. And mine didn't last long. For the Yanni Gord goal, one of my sticks went. How do you say it?
Partial deflation, premature deflation.
It was a little deflated, so I lost mine after that first goal. But hey, we only needed it for one goal. So.
Once again, I mean, look, we're talking about it. Unfortunately, Point didn't get the goal, right? So his streak ends at 8. So that's, you know, a little sad.
9.
I'm sorry, 9. Sorry,
9.
Thank
I
you.
think that's
9.
okay because he's the only player like this century that was really on that list. Like to score 9 goals alone in a row in the playoffs in today's game.
Yeah.
I don't see anyone getting there anytime soon.
No. No.
And I thought it was smart to not try to feed him the puck.
Late.
And they did not do that. Now I did think if they did get a power play, which I was telling all the Sticks and Fires guy around me, that I guaranteed that I was like, look, we're not getting a power play this game. We are not getting it. Yeah. And we didn't. I felt if they got that power play, they would have scored that second goal. 100% they would have scored a goal.
I agree.
But and there were probably about 3 plays where they could have called New York on kind of, there was some holds, there was a couple things where they could have called it, but you know what, they didn't.
The point one where it was plainly he was hooked when he definitely had the little breakaway going there.
Yeah.
They could have pulled that, and you got a big grunt from the crowd. I didn't hear a refs you suck chant, but there was definitely a grunt from the crowd. Did they?
They did. Yeah, there was some ref you sucks chants. But yeah, it doesn't matter. And now, Islanders fans, what are you going to complain about now? Just Cooch being over the cap? I was almost hoping Cooch did not play so they didn't have any excuses because, hey, we had no power plays.
You and me both, brother.
We had an injured Cooch.
It was our special teams that won the game, but not our power play. It was our penalty kill. Not only come on, we scored how many 5-on-5 goals finally in this series, right? Because that was the storyline coming into the series, right? Tampa Bay's power play is so good. If you shut down the power play, then they're nothing. Like all you gotta do is shut down the power play. Well, guess what? We still won like 40% or something. But how many 5-on-5 goals did we score in this series? A few. And then when the chips are on the table and everything, it comes down to win or go home. It's the penalty kill that comes through and really is the difference. That's how deep and insanely good this team is. And yet, hey, by the way, the Islanders were always in it, right? They were always in it. If you listen to the broadcast on the national NBC network
tonight.
By the way, I think I'm gonna get you out of retirement, Shooty, to make an animated video just to troll NBC Sports Network and the death of their network because, man, I can't wait to literally piss on the grave of that network.
Anybody that's Tampa Bay Lightning season ticket members, they just sent the email out to buy your Stanley Cup tickets. So they go on sale starting tomorrow, and it will give you your time to get the tickets.
Look at me, Schoolie. Look at me. I have your tickets now.
Get on tomorrow and buy your tickets.
I have your tickets now.
Yeah. So four more wins, and when's the last time a team won twice in a row? It was the Penguins, right?
Penguins.
Yeah. That was what 2011, 2012-ish, or was it? It might have been before that.
The last two teams to go back to back with the Penguins, actually. 91, 92, and then 11 and 12, correct? Right? Or no? Right?
Yeah. I really like our chances.
Me too.
Of going back to boat, like I see Kevin put in the chat.
Yeah, I see him.
So we're 8-6
in the chat.
We're 8-6 against Montreal in the playoffs. The last time we faced them in the playoffs was 2015 in the conference semifinals, and we won 4-2.
Yeah, but this is a completely different team. Actually, I'm impressed by what the Canadians did because they've got a good mix of really young players that are pretty good, and then the veterans that they brought in, the Stalls, the Perrys, that's a really good compliment. And like I was saying, they kind of came together at the right time. Think about this: they were down 3-1 to Toronto. Fucking Toronto can't take them out, right? And I remember listening to NHL radio. They had Montreal media on, and I remember the guy saying, while they're down 3-1, that, hey, Montreal loses this game. This could be Carey Price's last game in Montreal. This is probably the GM's last game. Yeah. And all of that has been flipped upside down now. So they've got a lot of momentum, but we're not Toronto. We have a defense. We have a serious defense. We're not. Who else did they beat? They swept fucking Winnipeg, right?
Yeah.
We're not Winnipeg. Vegas is a good team.
But Vegas is already imploding, and if Colorado had any type of will to win, Vegas wouldn't have even been in that series. So. I mean, I'm not going to take away anything from the Habs, but I don't think they had the road that the Lightning have had.
Well, I also think that this series helped prepare us a little bit for them too, because we played a defensive team. The Islanders are a defensive team. Montreal is strictly defense and goaltending. Yeah. So all these guys have to do is find the holes in Carey Price and, again, not turn the puck over. That's it. That's the key to beating Montreal, because that's how they score their goals. They get odd man rushes on on turnovers, and they've got enough skill to score on those. You're not going to see them set up and score goals. You're not going to see them score a lot of goals on the power play. I don't know the actual numbers, but I don't think their power play is very good. And our penalty kill, you mentioned it earlier, our penalty kill is fucking phenomenal this postseason. Obviously, we scored the goal tonight, but I mean,
I like this.
K-Swiss, wherever you're coming from on YouTube, whatever fan base you're from, you guys, clearly not a Lightning fan. Yeah, the Islanders are a good freaking team. They've been here in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. They are here consistently. I'm talking about a Montreal team.
Almost,
but didn't.
No, but I'm right. But I'm saying though, they're consistently deep runs in the playoffs right now. This is a team that's on the rise. You're talking about a Montreal team that beat two Canadian teams that probably wouldn't even be in the playoffs if it wasn't for the restructured divisions. So I'm not taking anything away from Montreal. They're a good team. They're very defensively minded. They play good structured hockey. But
this is where I think Tampa has the advantage because we've played Price a lot. They haven't played Vasi that much. Outside of Corey Perry last year, they got Vasi 2 times a year before that. Stamkos, Hedman, Kucherov, they are all McDonough. They are very familiar with Price.
We have a troll alert, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Now I know K-Swiss knows nothing because he's now talking about Barry Torts. That's a hybrid. That is that's next year's coach of the year. The Frankenstein. They took John Tortorella and Barry Trotz and make a new super hybrid, Super Saiyan fusion coach. K-Swiss.
Probably a Panthers fan.
Well. But hey, he's watching our show, so thanks for at least watching and commenting because we love it.
Thanks for bumping our numbers.
We will take it every time. No, dude, don't kick her off. Keep walking. Hey, listen, that's a legit name. I love my K-Swiss shoes. I saw some in my closet. Don't you be hating on the K-Swiss brand. And hey, we love our trolls. We've always said that. We love our trolls.
Listen, for everybody texting me, calling me, messaging me, I'm sorry. I'm in the middle of doing the podcast. I can't answer fast enough. I'm watching actually the press conferences real quick coming out of it. Kucherov says game 7 he wasn't going to miss it no matter what was wrong with him. Cooper says when you're going to play for a championship, you want to know you played the best. The Islanders as good as a team as we've played. It was unbelievably difficult. That was close as 2 teams can be. He also said that this is the loudest time. I've never heard a building as loud as I did tonight in the last minute of play ever. It was electric. The fans came to play just as our team did. And one other quote from him, on all the losing they did from 2015 Stanley Cup Finals to losses in Pittsburgh, Washington, and Columbus, it was all building blocks to get here.
Yeah. Things we've talked about now. I can't hear you, Shooter. You have now muted yourself again.
I was trying to find Rob Peterman.
Peterman!
I posted a video of the last 30 seconds of the game.
Well, you got a beer, but we didn't do the toast, and now you don't have a beer.
Let's do it.
All right, guys. Let's do a 2-minute countdown. At 40 minutes live of the show, that's a minute, actually. 1 minute countdown to the victory toast for the 2021 semifinal series victory for the Lightning. Going back to the Cup Finals again. How many times now in the Jeffrey Vinik era is this now for ECFs and SCFs, man? Talk about a real dynasty.
Yeah. You know what? The only thing they have to do is win 4 more games, and they're not going to get the national recognition because it would only be 2. But if they can pull off back-to-back cups, I'm fucking calling it a dynasty. How many times have they made it to the conference finals? And by the way, one thing we didn't really bring up is we brought it up last game or last show, I think. But how many times have we blown a 3-2 lead in the conference finals in the last couple years.
Yep.
This team knows what to do now. This team knows how to win now.
Very Trotz. We did that. You're right.
Yeah, to the Capitals, to the Penguins.
Barry Torts, not Trotz.
Hey, okay, all right, hold on real quick. Everyone listening, all right, listen. Before we do this, all right, you know what? Sorry, we're at 40 minutes. Everybody ready? I'm going to do the shot. Exactly. Too much talking, no drinking. Ricardo's got it right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Lightning fans of all ages, over 21 years old, or, drinking cola, whatever, to the Lightning. Another victory, another series. On to the cup.
Sorry, guys, I'm driving back to Tampa tonight, so it's Diet Coke.
Oh, man, I can't believe I said a shot of tequila. Oh, that's really good, though. Avion. But listen, I was going to say, though, I don't know about anybody else, but I was in my home. If I would have been at the arena, I saw a post about, like, oh, do this chant, do that chant. And there was evidently some kind of controversy or whatever with the Lightning and some kind of post with the sticks of fire or whatever. I don't care. All I know is that at home here, every time Ruda touched the puck, what were you guys saying? Because I was saying, Rutu! Me and Mrs. Stash, every time he touched the puck, I was just saying Rutu, and so is she. Rutu! And I think it's hilarious, and I think that needs to be a new thing, and that we need to rename Ruda Rutu, and that should be his new hockey nickname, because fuck Keith Jones.
They weren't calling him that again tonight, were they?
Well, they didn't allow Keith Jones to actually do a package because they let the Olympic athlete talk about being a Islanders fan instead of the NFL athlete that NBC carries their team, who is in the arena at the game. Instead of interviewing that guy, they went to Caleb Maroney, or what was Caleb Maroney? But not to diminish our Olympic athletes. I'm a huge Olympic guy. I love the Olympics. I'm a huge, whatever. But I just felt like it was, and we were winning 1-0 going into the third period, and they go to her instead of the guy voting for the defending champion with the lead.
Hey, did they show Ocho Cinco? I didn't see him.
I didn't see him once on the broadcast. No, I didn't see him.
I saw the Brady had a message that they played on the big screen. I saw Derek Brooks was there. Titus O'Neil was there.
Nope.
Ali Moppet was there.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. They didn't show any of that on the national broadcast. Nope.
Yeah, it was all like in between commercial breaks and stuff.
They still could have done.
Oh, there's fireworks going. Somebody's shooting off like bottle rockets or something.
Nice. Oh, that's a cool shot of the moon there, my friend. Hey, I'm telling you right now, though. You said you wanted to troll the NHL. I definitely want to make a video about NBC Sports and pissing on their grave, because I'm freaking over it, and I can't wait for the new era of NHL coverage.
No pre-show at all. Instead, it was Olympic trials.
Dude, and
NBC, because they don't care anymore. They're not trying to get people back next year, so they don't fucking care anymore.
They're trying
to push the Olympics. That's
they're getting all the money they can off their Olympic contract, because that's the last thing they have, and they're gonna get their cash cow as they can, because that's where they're making their money. And then, like I said, I'm just waiting for next year. Piss on your grave, NBC Sports, and I can't wait for ABC, Disney, NBC, or ESPN, wide world of conglomeration to finally start supporting our league.
Hey, I think Tyler Johnson had a good interview process for Seattle this series.
I think he's had. We've seen it all playoffs. When Tyler Johnson gets out there, he's skating fast, he's playing well, and I mean, I've been talking about it a lot. I want to see him get more ice time, because the guys, he's playing well. He really is. You can't, you're not going to get that many points or even scoring chances when you're playing with Pat Maroon, right? So You know what?
I don't know
and
about
like you
that,
said,
man.
Thomas.
That guy has a magnet for the puck on his stick, dude. There's one thing about Pat Maroon that you continue to notice the more these playoffs go on, and that is his ability to possess the puck against the boards, even against superior numbers. And that's the last thing I was chanting. I don't know about anybody else, but the end of the game, whenever we had our forecheck going and we had one guy and it was 4 of them trying to get the puck, and it was Goudreau down there and the Maroon, like they came down in waves and they stuffed that puck, and it was 4-on-1, and our guys were controlling. And that's the thing. I think Johnson has actually benefited a little bit in the playoffs from Maroon stepping his game up and playing below the net, which has given Tyler Johnson the opportunity to play above the goal line where he liked to play when he was so effective in the triplet line. Because that's what Pally used to do for that line. Pally used to do that for Kucherov and Johnson, and now that's kind of what Maroon is doing for Johnson and Colton. And it's almost like it's almost like a new version of the triplet line. It's just that Maroon is definitely not as fast as Pally.
No. And the answer to this, Pam, Dick's is staying open, I think, until midnight, maybe later tonight, to sell Stanley Cup Final gear. Both Dick's and the Tampa Bay Sports Store had them on sale starting tonight.
Yeah, the hats looked good.
Yeah.
Go get one.
Where are they? You didn't get them?
Dude, I don't do we made it to the finals hats.
Yeah.
I get the Stanley Cup champions hats.
You see, that's
same
exactly
thing with
the Rays.
Same thing with the Bucks.
Yeah.
I wasn't interested.
Every round T-shirt, I have to.
Shooter and I are the same way. I now have Bucks championship T-shirts. I have Lightning championship gear. I don't have Rays championship. I don't have Rays ALCS stuff. I didn't buy anything for the Rays last year. This year I will, because I think the Rays are going to get it done, despite what's going on now. But
they won by 1 tonight too.
Yeah.
They won 4-3 tonight,
and they're going to come back, and I think they're going to be there again. So, but yeah, I'm with Shooter. I don't like judge anybody else. It's just not my style. That's not what I do.
Yeah, the other thing we didn't mention about Montreal is this is what the first time in how many years that a Canadian team has even got a shot at the cup.
20
I feel like we're gonna have an uphill climb because of that. I don't know why, but most of these refs are probably Canadian, and we saw what happened earlier in the season with the corruption with the refs. So I feel like it's not going to be easy for these guys. I know we kind of talked about we could sweep, but I don't know. Do I expect it to go 7 games? Hell no. But I really feel like they're gonna have their work cut out for them playing this Canadian team in the finals. But we'll see. You know what's nice though? I see no cars flipped. I see no fires here in Tampa.
Yeah.
And I wasn't a big fan
of you. Are they going to come and use tear gas to get you out of there?
They might have to get me out of here, but it's pretty calm here right now, which is the good thing about Tampa. I wasn't a huge fan of throwing the whatever you call them on the ice, the Thunder Makers, but
I get it. I don't like support it, but I get it. Yeah, I don't support it.
We act like we've been here before. That's the difference between us and these Canadian teams, which is ironic because how many times have the Montreal Canadiens been there before?
None. But here's the thing, though. With the Islanders, I think it's a little bit personal with the Tampa Bay community. And I think that, honestly, as much as we talk about, when you move here, make this your team, blah, blah, there's not a lot of changeling fans in Lightning fandom, right? We all basically became Lightning fans because we never really had a team before that. Because these other fans are still from the move here. They're still Islanders fans. They're still Rangers fans. They're still Boston fans, right? And we just get sick of it in our fan base of having to battle time and time again with this New York fan base coming to live in our market, but still cheering for their team. And I think that's a little bit of frustration right there from our fan base boiling over of all the years of having to deal with the New York assholes. And again, I don't condone it, but I understand it. And I'm not really mad at it,
Yeah, by the way, there were a decent amount of Islanders fans here tonight. There really was. And you know what's funny is those Islanders fans, as soon as that clock hit about 10 seconds left, they fucking scattered out of that arena faster than you could ever see anyone leave Amalie Arena with about 10 seconds left, because they had to stay till the end, right? I mean, the Islanders had their chances right up until the end there. But as soon as 10 seconds hit, like, those guys were hitting the fucking door as fast as you could imagine. They did not want to be around us while we were celebrating this win. They didn't even want to see the trophy ceremony, which, by the way, we did touch it again. I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with it. I don't deliberately, intentionally. In fact, Tony literally just commented that as you said that, and I'm fine because we did it last year. It's fine. We do it again this year. These guys know what it takes. There's no superstition with these guys. It's all about effort. They control their own destiny, and I think that's the biggest thing about our coach studying the helm and guiding this team is that believe in yourself, believe in that manifest destiny that you make yourself. You know you are in control of the outcome in this game. So the more they do that, the more they believe in the system, like they did tonight. It was a different thing. I was saying safe was death, and they were playing a little bit safe for a little while, but it was completely different. There was no turnovers. There was no desperation from the Islanders. I think they gave it their best shot in Game 6, and they didn't have that relentless energy they needed to have against a fully outfitted Lightning roster tonight in a home arena that, as far as I'm concerned, is bullshit that they didn't get any national love for how loud it was there, because all they talked about was how loud the Coliseum was and these fans, blah, blah, blah. They didn't say once on the national broadcast how loud you guys were there, but man, it was obvious.
It sounded loud, right?
It was obvious. Oh, yeah. It was obvious how loud you guys were.
It was the loudest game I've ever been to. No doubt about it. It was the loudest game I've ever been to.
Remember after last game, I said Callie tweeted out, "Good thing the Islanders won that game." Fans tried to injure them with beer cans after the game. Imagine
what do you say now?
So now Callahan's new tweet is, I guess it's the new celebration for fans in the NHL.
Their own players,
let's not do that again, though. Like, I'm not a big fan of the throwing shit on the ice thing. And although there was a funny moment, somebody almost fucking nailed Trotz. While during the handshake line, somebody almost fucking nailed Trotz. It actually hit Savard in the leg, but obviously had pads on. So no, let's not throw stuff on the ice.
Yeah,
I'm surprised they didn't. I'm surprised they didn't really go over the PA, although they didn't in New York, or I didn't hear it either. Like, hey, stop it, right?
You're wrong, shooter. Kevin corrected you. Barry Torts.
He's like a fucking super coach. He's part Barry Trotz. He's part Trotz. He's part Torts.
I'm sorry, I'm using Dragon Ball Z references on the show. I think that might be a little bit outside of our viewers' references. Oh, we were allowed.
This was on their Twitter page. So I'm just going through
those of you
Twitter.
that listen to the show and don't watch it live, Thomas Scully shared one of the most amazing troll memes of all time. It was a Islanders banner for their now actually going to be demolished arena. It was 2021 series. We Were Loud was their championship. They were a loud arena. Don't talk about our barn being loud as hell tonight. Let's not talk about that. But yeah, sure. They were loud.
Yeah. What a
man, they're getting trolled hard by Ranger fans. Just saying, don't forget the Rangers run this bitch. Don't forget the Rangers run this town.
How they run what?
I don't know if
they run the golf course for the last 2 months.
Yeah, I don't know.
Know your place. Rangers dominate New York.
The Islanders players are gonna have to make can't get tee times because the Rangers players are already clogging up the golf courses. What? Come on.
Connor says, "Did you guys see the father son? What are those guys called? The New York bar
the Black Aces?
Yeah.
No. The Borellis or whatever.
The guys that watch it at that place.
The Islanders guys.
I'll post it. I'll post that tomorrow. I'll post it later tonight.
I'll have to look it up.
I'll find it and I'll post it. The best is the Game 5 one when we scored 8 goals. you just see them fucking.
Yeah.
You just see them lose their
so,
shit.
And at the end,
Over
like,
and
he's
over
like,
and
"Are we
over."
really still able to stay here for another half hour, watch them lose this fucking game?" And the other guy's like, "Let's go Islanders!" Yeah, I did see that. Just trying to.
By the
hype up
third period, it's like just them. It's like a full restaurant. By the third period, it's just them.
Just two.
I didn't really mind Islanders fans until this series, and
Me
like
either.
I was kind of going
either.
back and forth with a couple earlier today, and actually I told one, I was like, I forget what I said, but I was saying like, how's it gonna feel after you lose to the Lightning without Cooch? And I'm sure he's gonna be like, oh, you had Cooch and you circumvented the cap and all this bullshit. But
Whatever, man.
it doesn't matter. We fucking broke no rules. We have the best
you're
team
just-
in the world.
look.
We have the best goalie in the world.
Yeah.
No one's gonna stop this team. I'm convinced
Four
we're gonna win too.
consecutive series clinching shutouts. Let me say it again. 4.
No, not
consecutive.
consecutive. Well, he didn't have the shutout last game. He didn't have the shutout
series.
last game.
But he didn't close it out.
No, the series clinching. Series clinching. Not potential.
Okay,
series clinching,
so
but when
I
he
see what you're
actually
saying.
when he actually wins, they're shutouts.
I see what you're
He's
saying.
not
I see what you're
undefeated
saying.
in potential closeout games. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying, it's his closeout games.
When he
has not
closes out the
allowed a
game.
goal
Yeah.
in the last 4 series of game clinching games. Series
And he
clinching
did-
games.
And he did have some big saves in this game.
He really did. Early on,
He was not
especially in the
challenged.
second- No, he
Like-
wasn't.
like I said,
Yeah.
The Lightning dominated this game, right?
Oh,
They
for
dominated.
sure. For sure.
Okay, we watched the
60
same
minutes.
game.
Yeah.
You know, when he,
NBC watched a different game, but we watched the same game.
it's tough. Like, you know, I watch most of the games at home, so
Right.
it's tough when you get that different point of view. But like, I was talking to the people around me, like, we've completely dominated this game. If we get that second goal, whenever we can get it, it's over. It's over. All we needed is that second goal. Because if we had that second goal, maybe the floodgates open. Maybe we just go into defensive mode and win it. But I knew if we get that second goal, we win. And I kind of felt like even if we let them score, we're still gonna win. We're still gonna win the game. And we didn't.
I don't know. There was a period of time. I would say, like in like the beginning of the third period, where I was like, "Man, one goal isn't going to be enough." But then that was like 2 minutes. I would say like two maybe 3 minutes of hockey. I was like, "Man, one goal isn't going to be enough." And then suddenly, and I should be able to pinpoint it, but to be honest, I smoked meatloaf today on the grill. And
I thought you were gonna say I smoked something else.
No, well,
Yeah, so did I.
no. That's every day.
smoked
That's
entirely
daily
I was like, is that a
occupation.
different strand?
No, that's a daily occupation. No, I actually smoked meatloaf and had my sister's family over and whatnot. So I was watching the game, but slightly distracted. I was just being a fan, not really analyzing tonight. But there was a time I was like, man, I think one goal isn't going to be enough. And then it was maybe 3 or 4 shifts later, and I saw just a little bit something different in this Lightning team compared to the last 2 or 3 games when they had the lead. Aside from that 8-0 game, it was different. The compete was different. Their turnovers weren't there that they were making in a couple of other previous games. They weren't trying to overplay the puck. They were just playing the game that was given to them, and they didn't allow the Islanders to shoot the puck on net for 12 plus minutes, right? Well, it was like more than 12 minutes.
When was
the
that?
Islanders didn't get a shot on net.
I thought at one point they went 20 minutes without a shot.
20 minutes, right? It was almost 20 minutes. It was almost a full period's worth of hockey
Yeah.
that they didn't get a puck on Vasilevsky.
Yeah, there were some great blocks. I do remember like
Cernak
seeing,
and McDonough.
like, hey, they're getting in our zone, but they're not getting puck on net.
No,
They're not getting any real chances. And you actually have to give the Islanders a little bit of credit, especially in that first period. The reason why we didn't score, even though we had 16, 17 shots, was because they were doing a really good job of blocking the lanes themselves. So, I mean, the Islanders gave it all they had. And you got to sympathize with them a little bit because remember, we are their Columbus Blue Jackets to where the Lightning were because, we wanted that revenge against Columbus last season.
I don't care. I don't sympathize them at all. If that's what it takes for us to win it, I'll take it every single time.
Well, and we talked about it last game too. At least I brought it up about how this Lightning team hasn't really seen a lot of adversity in the last 2 seasons in the postseason, and how
didn't
they
face elimination at all last year.
Right, they didn't face elimination at all last playoff run to the Cup, and so far to this series they hadn't faced elimination. And we talked about that how the Islanders had been there and they knew what it took and they'd been there and fought through it. But again, this is what just frustrates. I don't mind a neutral game. Don't be a fanboy for my team, but don't just not make a color comment for 5 minutes of hockey because the Lightning are making good plays and the Islanders aren't. Because that's what happened. There was a moment there where one of the Islanders made a play, and they're like, "Oh, a beautiful play by," I think it maybe meant Clutterbuck or somebody. Like, "Oh, a beautiful play by Clutterbuck," and then the Lightning basically outplayed it, turned it into a turnover, and then for the next 5 minutes they were dominant, and all it was a play-by-play. There was no, "Oh, great play here," no color. There was no color. It was just straight, just the facts, ma'am. As Mrs. Stash quoted the old school Dragnet show. That's basically what it was. It was just straight black and white color commentary whenever the Lightning were dominating. And that's fine. And you know what? I decided, we got caught up a little bit, which we don't usually, me and Mrs. Stash, and the bias from the national team. But I decided, I'm not going to let them steal my joy because what a beautiful 1-0 victory for our defending Stanley Cup champion, Tampa Bay Lightning. Dude, what a great game, right? 1-0 quintessential Lightning hockey. Fantastic.
Yeah, those are the games you got to win. You knew it was going to be close, right? You knew it was going to be a close game. Both sides are going to give it all they've got. I thought we would get one power play. I thought each team would get a chance on the power play. I like I said earlier, I knew once they got that power play and we scored that we weren't going to get a power play. So that was going to keep it close, which it did because like we just said earlier, if the Lightning got a power play, they were going to score a goal. There's no doubt in my mind they were going to score a goal if they got a power play. Yeah. But, hey, you got to be able to win these games. And again, I think against Montreal, I don't think they're going to score a lot of goals, right? We're going to have to play defensively. We're going to have to be able to win these close games. And this is a good little warm-up for the Stanley Cup Finals. And I almost kind of felt like when they were saluting the crowd, I almost kind of felt like they fucking felt it too, right? They were in the bubble.
They weren't here last year.
Last year. They didn't get that fucking
that too.
Craziness in that last minute. They knew that, like, not just me and everyone that was there, that everyone that like watches our show, like so many people that watch us are some of the 60 Fires guys. Like, you guys got the local lockdown. A lot of people that watch us, they don't live in Tampa. Like, they're distant thunder, right? Yeah. So I just kind of felt that from the people Lightning. Like
Mr. Sean or Smoke. Yep.
Sean Smoke's in the house. I gotta text you tomorrow about something separate.
By the way, just to one last time piggyback on the bashing of NBC, I did. Sorry, I cannot pronounce your name. Rick and Joan Cernitsky. Oh, I see now. Rick and Joanne commented, "Did you catch the comment from Eddie on good thing hockey doesn't change pitchers?" Yes, I did. What we're talking about hockey and a team that's got a chance to go back to back, and they're talking about finally the one thing they could talk about is, we're finally winning championships in Tampa, and yet they got to throw shade that Derek Shelton made the pitching change in the World Series. Like, what? Like, you just take every chance you have to throw shade at the freaking. Oh, stop. Yeah. But I mean, like, come on, man. Like, that's what you gotta say. In a hockey broadcast where the defending champions just earned their chance to go back to back, you throw shade at the baseball team in town. Are you serious? Come on, Bush League. That's hashtag Bush League. Come on.
Yeah, it's not about the Rays tonight. Although, if you can tune into Shooting the Stash channel, the We the 98ers show.
Sunday. Not that we don't support the Rays. I'm not saying we don't support the Rays. I'm going to say that was some weak-ass commentary from a national broadcaster to throw a cheap shot at the Rays in the midst of the Lightning going back-to-back Stanley Cup Finals.
I thought that was just a comment. They said that on TV?
Yeah.
Yes. Eddie Olczyk.
That's weird. He really doesn't like Tampa, does he?
It's a good thing they don't allow pitcher changes in hockey.
That guy really doesn't like Tampa.
No, he doesn't. And fuck him. I hope he doesn't have a job on ESPN.
I think he does.
Well, I'm gonna start doing a hashtag fuck you, Eddie. Fuck you, Eddie.
Listen, I don't think ESPN's we're gonna switch over to ESPN and they're gonna be like, oh, Tampa's the hockey mecca of the world, even if we win back-to-back cups.
Oh no, because they're still gonna have Barry Melrose employed. So yeah.
Kevin's got a good point. I think Callie's on one of those rosters. I don't know if it's ESPN or TNT or whatever.
ESPN.
He's ESPN. So he's gonna give us love, but other than that, forget about it. We're gonna continue to be the team we've always been, the underdog we've always been, even though we're not the underdog at all. We're gonna be the favorites to win this cup. We're gonna go back to back, but we're gonna have the world against us still.
So real quick, we're gonna do that giveaway tonight. Anybody use hashtag Shorty? Do it quickly because unfortunately I don't have the same stuff Shooter has, so I'm having to put this away an old-fashioned way. So to do it random, so everybody put in the hashtag Shorty, and we'll be doing that in just a few minutes.
We're gonna do a grab bag style. We're really doing the names in the hat.
I'm doing a randomizer online, but I'm having to type in everybody's name and everything. So
we appreciate you, remote.
And if anybody's not in Thunderbolts, we've teamed up with Mal Electronics, the guy that does did the astronaut, and they used to do the Bluetooth speakers. We've given away two 24-inch Astronaut Plus. We'll be giving away one more tomorrow, and then we have a nice giveaway coming during the finals that they've been really nice enough to donate to us. And they're actually going to do a discount code for Thunderbolts members.
There you go. So make sure you follow Thunderbolts. Make sure you follow Shooter in the Stash for whatever the hell we post.
Linda, you did miss the toast with everybody, but if you got your drink handy, you know the Stash is always ready to have another toast with you. So let's do it. Once again, everybody, we're going to the Stanley Cup Finals.
These guys they're toasting all night here.
Boat. Back to boat, back to bay, whatever you want to call it. Lord Stanley keeps his tan. Here's to you, Linda. Here's to all of We the Thunder. Thanks for being the Thunder, man. Come on, it's been amazing.
You know what we need to start? It's not Stanley needs a tan. Stanley's got a tan. Right. Stanley's gonna get a fucking sunburn. He's gonna get a sunburn this time around. We're gonna turn Stanley orange or red this time around.
No, in fact, remember Stanley is a handbag, is what I like to say. Because that's what we like to do in Florida. We like to turn ourselves into leather handbags with all of our sun exposure. That's what we do.
And watch out if we win it again. Watch out, because the Thanksgiving video I made last year, they dropped the cup into the bay, and we'll do another boat parade if we can win it. And remember what happened with Brady tossing the Lombardi Trophy. You don't think these guys are going to try to do something like that? They're going to need G-Man Choi to reach down there and pick up that Stanley Cup.
Hey, listen, and by the way, shout out to Kevin Collins, Stanley being the new Florida man. I like that. That being said, I was actually drinking Cigar City Florida Man beer tonight because I was trying to have a little bit of new superstition. You know what I mean? Like I want to change it up a little bit for Game 7. It's been a little while since we've had a Game 7. So I was like, you know what? We've got to go Cigar City, and in honor of Pat Maroon chirping and doing what he's been doing, I had to go Florida Man. And I felt like it gave us the competitive edge we needed tonight. So shout out to all of the people that have been part of Shooter in the Stash, including the fans and the business supporters over the year. Man, I'm like in euphoria right now. Like I expected us to be here, but now that we are, I almost just can't quite believe it. Like it's still surreal, right? Am I wrong?
Well, my stomach still is in knots from everything I ate, being so worried about today's game.
Yeah. I didn't eat anything. I was the opposite. I didn't eat anything all day. I was messaging you guys all day because I felt like the fucking clock was going backwards. You talking about the clock going backwards in the last 5 minutes?
Yeah,
I felt like the clock all day was going backwards.
Since yesterday, right? Because you and me texted yesterday at 10 a.m. You're like, I'm still pissed. I'm like, yeah, I woke up fucking angry yesterday too. Like we were fucking angry yesterday. And I feel like it wasn't just us. I feel like those Lightning players woke up angry yesterday. And tonight they came out and showed it. They didn't play angry aggressive. They played angry calculated, like murderous hockey, like Dexter hockey, premeditated, analytical, cold-blooded execution from the Stanley Cup champions.
All right. We got at least 4 more shows to go. We're going to wrap this thing up.
Yep, I'm going to do the randomizer thing here now.
Oh, yeah, we got to give away the merch.
Got to give away. Sorry, fans. I know you guys are asking for like 7 giveaways and everything else. If it was up to us, probably would give up multiple, but right now, you know, we got a great sponsor from SMACK Apparel. We're consigned to 1 giveaway per show, per game. So, again, if you've already won, congratulations. You're not eligible to win again. But if you haven't won, keep them hashtags coming in and keep Thomas Schooley working tonight.
Yeah, so
you got it.
Christine Linfield.
Is that who wins?
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Congratulations, Christine Linfield. You got to make sure you message us. We'll try to track you down, but we're pretty bad about that. So message us, Christine. I got to give him a shout out one more time. I wouldn't have gone to the game. I was sitting there in the afternoon thinking about going to the game and just made the decision that I needed to go. And shout out to Joyce and all of the Sticks of Fire crew who brought it tonight. Thank you guys for that. And I'm going to go probably hang out with them a little bit longer while I'm downtown and celebrate a little bit. But we'll be back on Monday, right? It's Monday.
It's Monday, and I will be at the arena. Hell or high waters, I will be there.
You just took the words from my mouth, my friend.
I'll sit this one out, boys. You guys go to game 1.
We need somebody to run the board, and we all know that you and I can't go to games together. So
that's why we didn't go together, because we can't watch any games this season.
All we do is win, no matter what.
Right, that's right. Hey, we started from the bottom. Now we're here. Started from the bottom. We can't afford to pay the rights for that song, but you guys know what I'm talking about.
You're gonna get us sued again.
Could get you banned from Twitter one more time. Well, hey, say it's been a pleasure so far.
Well, wait, guys, I never did this today since I started the show. There we go.
All right, that's supposed to be
at the beginning. I know. Listen,
the end.
It's better now or never.
I'm not nitpicking because we won. We won.
Right. I'm trying to figure which one of these is the out intro for Shooter. You guys don't understand. So Shooter usually does all this for us.
We're gonna have some off-season production meetings. Shooter, Schooley and I were already talking pre-game tonight. Now that we're out of COVID and like we're actually allowed to leave our house for games and whatnot, we're gonna make sure that we have an off-season production meeting so any of us can run the
little
board
training
anywhere.
session.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Shooter shoots us a message going, "You guys are running it tonight. I'll be at the game." And I'm like, "What?"
45-minute heads up. Oh, cool.
Yeah. Basically, if I die, this show's screwed.
Yeah.
That's not true. It's not true at all.
No, we got tie waiting.
I would love to possibly do a watch party somewhere for Game 3.
Yeah, I agree.
So we'll see what happens
We'll
for
make
the
it
next
happen.
series.
Maybe we can do something with Sticks of Fire with Rob and all them folks. We do a Shooter Stash plus Schoolie meets Thunder Nation meets Sticks of Fire.
Not Thunder Nation.
Thunderbolts.
Thunder Nation. We're the Thunder.
You say the wrong word and you get kicked out.
Well, I know. That's probably why it's always on my mind because fuck those guys. But anyways, I didn't say that. I said we love Sticks of Fire. And
I got some giveaways.
Tom Schooley and everything he does.
Yeah, actually, if we do a watch party, I have some stuff for giveaways too. So we'll see what happens. We got to find a place, location, and talk. Maybe we'll talk to Sticks of Fire boys to find something to do. But hey, man, going and watching the game with Lightning fans is way better than me sitting home alone. And it's not like I sit home alone. Carly kind of watches the game, but even Carly was like, yeah, you should probably go to the game tonight, because she heard me yelling after game 6. She heard me yelling. And, either way tonight I was going to be yelling. So,
yeah.
So it all worked out. And what a good night for Tampa. And we just need to enjoy this ride.
Yeah.
Win or lose, I think we're going to win the cup. Win or lose, we are lucky as hell. Look at teams like even the Islanders, who we just played before the last 2 years. How long since they have had success? Yeah. So we need to just fucking enjoy every single minute of this, and I hope everyone really does.
But wait, we do this every series. What's your prediction for the next round?
Oh man,
me too.
5.
Bolton 5.
I think it's going to be a quick SCF. Yeah, I agree. I think 5. And I agree with Shooter. I think we just stop naysaying. Like, I know it's hard to not get trapped in the this and the that of, oh, they're not talking about our team, blah, blah. Love what we do. Enjoy the hockey you're seeing. Don't pay attention to the negativity of the announcers or the refereeing or anything else, because our team continues to show that they can play through that adversity, right? Whether it's not getting the recognition or whether it's not getting the calls, whether it's this or that. This team has shown that they are special, and Coop said it. Do you want to be another team that just wins one, or do you want to go out and be special?
Well, and the players thrive on this. The players thrive on not being that big team and not being loved upon and not being the given what they are. Oh,
wow.
Oof. I don't get. I say 5, but
I like Tony. I think we lose game 1 at home. And then I think we win the next 4.
They love to lose those first games at home.
Yeah.
So
every series we have.
I like Linda though. I like Linda. She wants to be in the barn when they raise the cup. So I like that she's saying not a sweep.
Which one's the out on here, Shooter?
Yeah.
The what?
The out.
What's the out? Outro.
I don't know. The goal one. The goal one. It looks different.
I think it's this one. Okay. So let's close it up, guys.
Hey. Well, listen. Thank you guys for being part of the show. Thanks for guys for being part of this ride. We loved last season. We love that this season's going just as deep. Love that we're now being able to be there in person with everybody. We are now going to defend our chalice. And man, you want to say it, Shooter? You want me to do it? Ladies and gentlemen, this has been We the Thunder. Don't forget to be the Thunder.